Grab your popcorn and snacks. Find a comfy spot, take a seat or lie down, and let me transport you to a place of fantasy, ghost stories, ancient legends, odd creatures, alien encounters, and other magical topics. You may even decide to join the conversation. From faraway lands to your own backyard, with a small dash of pixie dust. Turn out the lights and open your minds. The journey is about to begin. Hey, welcome to today's show. Wow, there's a world out there. I'm never on the air this early. Kind of scary. Well, I take it back. I've done pre-recordings where I've been on the air this early, but there's a world out there. Anyway, I want to welcome you to the show. My name is Charlotte. I'm going to be your host for the next hour or so. I am also the owner of the California Haunts Paranormal Investigation Team based out of Sacramento. We're 35 strong up and down the state of California. We also have branches in Washington, Nevada. Some of my music came back on. Did you hear that? Some of my music came back on. I don't know where that came from. Okay, Washington, Nevada. Kind of creepy. Maybe the ghosts are busy. Washington, Nevada, and Hawaii, which is kind of cool, you know? Anyway, I want to welcome you guys. Like I said, I'm not used to being on this early. You can see my hat's even on crooked. Happens to the best of us. But I got a quick announcement to make. If you guys are interested in ghost hunting and you'd like to go on a real ghost hunt, and I'm not talking something where a medium takes you through and points you at things and says, put your hand out to feel the cold breeze. That's not what this is. California Haunts offers what we call ghost tours. And what we do is our team takes you out to haunted hotels or different haunted locations. And you get to set up the equipment with my team. You get to use the equipment, the stuff you see on TV, some of that real good, cool, high-tech stuff. And you also get to learn proper ghost hunting procedures so that if you decide to go out on your own to ghost hunt, you're more than welcome to do that, But you get to learn proper procedures just like we use. It's not like on TV where, 30, 45 minutes, they're done. There's a more involved process, and if you want to make sure you get really good quality EVPs and stuff like that, we're going to teach you how to do that. This is your chance. And for those of you that want to join a team that are local to the Sacramento area, this is how we choose members sometimes, is we'll pull them from these ghost tours. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that. I don't have a set date, nor do I have a place to go, but I'm going to put some details up on Meetup, and I'm going to put some details up on the website at californiahauntsradio.com so that you can check that out, because we're going to be booking, and these things are going to take 10 spots, and they fill up really fast. Once you get out to the location, I'm going to hook you up with my investigators. We're going to break down, into smaller teams, and then you'll be assigned equipment, or you can choose the equipment you want to try, and you'll go with a team leader and a psychic with your group, and do a real good ghost hunt. Now, if you do get any evidence that can be used, we will also give you full credit on the California Haunts website, which is californiahaunts.org. After we talk with the client and tell them what we got. Also, we're offering California Haunts T-shirts, and what they are is there's two available. You can get a California Haunts Radio T-shirt with the logo. Let me move my head. There we go. With the logo that's behind me, or you can get one for the California Haunts Ghost Hunting Academy T-shirt. So you get some kind of goodies, but it's a pretty fun event, and it's not just a hour thing. You're going to be there for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours ghost hunting with us, one-on-one with our team. So hopefully you'll do that. I keep saying I'm going to have that up this evening, but things keep coming up, and I promise at the latest I will have it up tomorrow afternoon. Okay, but I will be working on that this evening. I finally got the website caught up, the radio website caught up, and so I should be able to get that up pretty easily this evening. A California Haunts Radio website, californiahauntsradio.com. Visit us. There's archival videos on there for the last year and a half from doing this show. There's also archival stuff from Blog Talk on there as well, from when we were on Blog Talk. Now, we're broadcasting today on the front of the website. We're also broadcasting on Twitter. We're broadcasting on YouTube. We're broadcasting, on Facebook. And it's kind of cool to do that. So you can check us out there. But if you're watching from YouTube, we're always looking for subscribers. So there's a little ghost down. I think it's either in your left-hand corner or your right-hand corner that has a magnifying glass and a Sherlock Holmes hat on. Click on that and subscribe. We're looking for subscribers. The more subscribers, the merrier. We had a good amount this morning. So go check us out and become a subscriber. There's more than 190 videos over on YouTube for you to check out. And I mean, they're from all kinds of topics. The beautiful part is if you're able to access our blog talk stuff, that goes back like 10 years. So there's all kinds of guests on there. And if you're listening to our podcast version of this, if you can get to Apple Podcasts, you will see 2 California Haunts radios on there. One is this version of the show, and the other one is the Blog Talk Radio version of the show. So you might want to listen to some of those because over the years we've had some really good guests. Now, shifting gears into today, I have a really great guest coming in, Lynn Andrews, who is a shaman, and I haven't spoken with a shaman in a couple of years. We used to have a shaman on the team, and I just thought what she did was absolutely fascinating. And so I wanted to talk. I heard Lynn on another show, and I wanted to talk to her about what she does and how she does it. So she will be coming in a few minutes. Okay. Anyway, without further ado, and you know how I am about people. At least I can't mess her name up, right? Andrews. So without further ado, Lynn Andrews is with us, and maybe you should tell everybody about yourself because, you know yourself the best.
Well, my goodness. Well, I'm an author, a lecturer, a teacher. I have 2 schools, a school in consciousness shamanism, another school for writing, as in writing books. And gosh, I guess my whole life really has been headed towards inspirations that I can pass on to other people. And through experience, reading my books, I've written 21 books, mostly along a medicine woman line. There's stories, for the most part, about they're autobiographical, my journey with my teachers. And my teachers are Agnes Whistling Elk and Ruby Plenty Chiefs. And they are extraordinary women of power, elder women, and they have taught me extraordinary things, and I have passed them on to you as they asked me to do in books. So my newest book is called Acts of Power, Daily Teachings for Inspired Living. And I am so proud of this book. It took me a couple of years to really write it. And it consists of daily messages that are from my heart to the reader's heart. And I hope that people who read this book will join together with me and celebrate the magnificent journey of our very gifted lives. And so these inspirations in this particular book are there for you when you need power. They will comfort you when you are in grief and help you sing praise when you feel joy. They will inspire you if you already include the practice of prayer in your life. And they will teach you how to contemplate simply and experientially if you have never learned. So in a world filled with by rote endeavor, we so often perform the rituals of everyday life almost without thought. This is kind of like driving down the freeway, oblivious of the magnificent mountains and diaphanous clouds above us. And because of our focus on our destination, we forget that life is a process, and this moment is actually all that you will ever have. So sitting in the center of your own truth can bring you bliss and comfort. You are alive and aware, conscious now. So inspiration allows you to establish contact with the moment. It helps you travel the bridge between the physical world and the world of sacred vision with prayer you can change your life. So why is it important to have a new point of view for the day? And for some people, it isn't important, but others really do need that. And it's a powerful, heartfelt way of attracting the best aspects of creation to yourself. When you read something of beauty, which that I've written on these pages, you then think thoughts that maybe you've forgotten about or maybe have never known before. So it helps you to find the embodiment of your own heart and soul. You are a person in search of higher consciousness and awareness. These daily inspirations are sacred blessings. As a 21st century shaman, I live an everyday life in the Western world, but my teachers are Native women from around the world. The inspirations in this book help you to balance the incredible stress of our current life with the ecstasy of wisdom and understanding that have been part of so many Native cultures throughout history. They include blessings for all the seasons of the year and for the seasons of the soul. The difficulties and joys the soul encounters in life are often mysterious and challenging. It has always helped me to find beautiful paragraphs, sentences, ideas, and thoughts from other people of power. It is difficult in this 21st century, with a foot in spirit and a foot in the physical world. Oftentimes, the only bridge between these two worlds is prayer and contemplation. Without inspirations and prayer, we may lose the world that we know forever. So my beautiful teachers tell me, with meditation and thoughtfulness, we can transform the negative state, or those aspects of our societies that are negative, and bring Mother Earth back into balance. It is in this spirit that I offer the affirmations and presentations of thought within this book. Every day is listed with a new thought, a new idea. And these paragraphs are a collection of wisdom, some of them from the books that I have written over these many years of work, and joy and travel, and with these higher beings of light from the Himalayas to South America, to Europe, Australia, and Asia. I want to share with you the beauty of this journey in short meditations, thoughts, paragraphs that I think will give you or help you find inspiration within your days. May you journey with soft winds at your back in spirit and love.
How did you get into becoming a shaman? I mean, you don't wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, I'm going to be a shaman today." So how did you start that journey?
Well, by the time I was about 6 years old, I could do things like I would see lights around people. I could see their dis-ease in their bodies. I didn't know what I was really seeing. I didn't have a name for it, but I realized soon that I didn't see these things that I did, and that I needed to be very quiet about it, because it made me very separate and different from other kids. So I went a long, long time without talking to people, telling people about what I saw and what I was learning. And then finally, as I got older, at the end of my teen years and into my 20s, it changed my life. I started being who I was,
Mm-hmm.
and able to tell people about shamanism. Shamanism is an interesting word. It's simply a wordful description of a state of being.
Mm-hmm.
And you really can't describe the abstract. You can only talk about the feeling, perhaps, that it gives you. For instance, when you pray and it fills you with a kind of compassion
Mm-hmm.
and spirit that maybe you don't have just ordinarily in your waking life, and so forth. Shamanism is a quality which enables you usually to help people heal themselves, to see a higher consciousness and attitude of being
Mm-hmm.
that we don't ordinarily appreciate. So it helps to change the story of just kind of a mundane life into something that becomes fabulous and wonderful and colorful. And shamanism has many different aspects. It has music and prayer and ceremony within the shaman, who then shares it with people that they love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's really what shamanism is.
Now, your reputation is as a shaman healer. How are you able to heal other, to heal other people?
I don't heal other
Okay,
people. That's
so
a misquote.
okay,
I help people to heal themselves.
okay,
I see that they have a damage in some area, and I help them to heal that damage, at which point they then heal themselves.
okay, okay. And how does that work? Because I know I worked with a shaman on our team briefly for about a year or so, and she used to put her hands at the top of my head to start the work. So does it work like that for with you doing it, or you can laugh? Go ahead and laugh. It's fine for me. I don't.
Well, it's a way of understanding the energy of someone that you are working with. You can put your hands at the top of their head. You can hold their hand.
Mm-hmm.
You can just relax and dream with them a little bit, meditate together, so that you begin to see their energy, not just your own. And it takes an ability. Not everybody can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn how to do that.
Absolutely. And how long did it, like you say you have to learn to do that? How many years did it take you to get to the point where you're at now?
Oh, sweetie, I think it took my lifetime, but I could always tell things. Even when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, I just knew things. I don't know how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was born with it. Nobody ever sat down and taught me. And I went, I am not a Catholic, but I went to Catholic girls' school.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually to college. I loved the fact that the nuns were kind of married to their profession.
Okay.
So they taught, they also taught from their heart. They knew it was what God had asked them to do. So I felt it was just an incredible way to get an education. So I went through Catholic schools all the way through.
Oh, fascinating.
And I learned. Yeah, it was wonderful. It really was.
It sounds wonderful. Were you afraid of your gift at first? Because I know some people, when they first start realizing that they have a gift, they're kind of afraid of it because because they are seeing things.
Well, it makes them different from other people. I think that's really what they're afraid of. And most people want to belong. They don't want to be separate.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, some people do want to be separate, then that's a whole other story. But, if you suddenly, my God, you can see colors around people.
Right.
You see their aura, and oh my God, nobody else does. It depends on what kind of person you are. If you're a spiritual oriented person, you realize that it's an act of God in some way or another, depending on what your education is. You know,
Okay.
how you see something and how you describe it. So I think it's shamanism is an incredibly important, I guess you would call it a practice, sort of.
Uh-huh.
You don't do the same practice every day, but it's good if you meditate. It's good if you go inward at least a certain period of the day. And in shamanism, your whole life is a practice,
You know,
no matter what you're doing.
I felt, like the last few months I haven't been meditating, but I can honestly say that because I have heart problems and stuff. But I can honestly say that when I was meditating every day, I felt so much better. My body felt like it was in balance. It doesn't feel like it's in balance now. And I think that's what meditation does because, people think when they think of meditation, they think of you just sitting there with your legs crossed and all that. But what the common person doesn't realize is there's certain meditations for certain things, like for your health and whatnot. And I think meditation should play an important role in everyone's daily routine.
I think that's true. It really is.
So, wow. When you're doing your work, do you use certain tools? I mean, when people think of shamans, they think of the Native American type, the Native Americans, with the feathers and all that. What type of tools do you use?
Well, sometimes I use a drum. Sometimes I use a rattle. Drumming, let's just say you're working with someone who is very ill and
Mm-hmm.
absolutely thinks that cannot be healed.
Mm-hmm.
So a healer is just a waste of time. Anybody who believes in the spirit is a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I might give them a little drum, and I have a little drum, and I ask them just to do what I do. So I start a beat, and they beat with me, and pretty soon, that alone can change the frequency
Mm-hmm.
of that person.
Mm-hmm.
So that then there's a pathway, a way to approach that person and allow them to hear what I might have to say.
Okay. So,
And then they open to their own inner guides, which is very, very important.
so when you talk about the frequency, I have a friend that does healing on people, and she compares it to kind of like a power, the electricity thing where if the power gets overloaded, then your whole system's off. It's like putting in too many plugs into one outlet, essentially. Is that what it's like? For the work you do, is it similar, or is it something completely different?
Gosh, it sounds different.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Hard to explain. But yes, it's similar. I mean, we're working with an energy maybe that you don't use every day.
Uh-huh.
I might say.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And it's maybe a different frequency.
Sure.
And there's an energetic involved in that.
Okay. I can understand that though. I mean, when you're running on, it's that old saying about humming along, that people say, oh, there I was humming along, and then, something happened. And so, that's that's essentially that frequency where you're humming along, and then something deviates, and then you're not doing as well as you did before. So you have to get back on to that frequency that you were humming on.
That you were humming in the beginning.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense, I guess, Yeah,
that's neat.
it kind of makes sense. When you talk about wow, these headphones. When you talk about seeing people's auras,
yes,
what do you see exactly? And can you tell if somebody's aura is not the correct tone? Like if they're ill, does the aura look different?
Well, there can be spaces
Okay.
in an aura, or somebody, say, is holding or very close to them,
Okay.
and they need to allow that aura to go to expand so that they can see all of the, all of what they're trying to look
Okay.
at. I think that's very important. People hold tight to things. They don't want to lose themselves.
Right.
They don't realize that in the process of letting go, you become more, not hidden away like you have been perhaps most of your life. You may open and new things come in.
Okay. 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 I'm fascinated by this because, I've heard of people who can actually, see auras like that, where they're walking around and then they can see the color around somebody. The aura color, I mean, when you're looking at someone with an aura, can you tell what kind of mood they're in even? Is it like a mood ring kind of? Is that how it works or how's it work?
That's cute. Well, maybe. I don't know about mood ring. I mean, I've heard of them. I don't know about them. But yes, you are seeing, auras can be very dense. Somebody turned on something here.
We're all having technical issues today.
Yeah, I think that auras are created by moisture.
Okay.
So you die, the body may still have an aura. Most people don't realize that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Uh-huh. So, your feelings change, your aura changes everything if they're strong enough.
Uh-huh.
Then you kind of go back to normal after a little while. After you try like mad to destroy yourself, you're actually going to go back to normal eventually.
It's just, the work of a shaman, like I said, the work of a shaman absolutely fascinates me, and how you guys work. And you did train with Native Americans, correct? Is that what you said?
Yes.
And how are you able to do that? Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk or be anything like that. But how did you approach? Did they come to you or did you go to them to be trained?
I went to them I wanted to work with them. I knew that they knew things that they could teach me, that would certainly help me be better at what I did.
Sure.
Or do. And they did. They came to me, and I learned a great deal.
Okay. Well, you didn't get a chance to hear my opening, but like I said, we had a shaman on our team for a while, and I thought it was fabulous. When we were doing ghost hunts and stuff, and I would follow her around. When she would do purifications on houses and stuff, and I just thought what she was doing was just incredible. To watch
and where was this? What exactly are you doing? What do you do?
I am the owner of a paranormal investigation team.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. And at one time we had a shaman on the team. I followed her around a lot, during the investigations and stuff because watching her, go in and cleanse the house and stuff was just absolutely fascinating.
Oh, I can imagine.
And how she did it, and the chanting she used and all that. And that's why I want to get you on today because I just thought, man, it'd be fun to talk to somebody like that again because it was just unless you see it, guys, you don't get the experience. You have to be there to actually see it going on. What can happen.
Well, you do, and also you can understand something, and it helps you. It helps you hugely. I mean, when you're going into clear, say,
right,
what you were just talking about, you want to somebody bought a new house and they want it cleared. So you go in and you feel a frequency within the house,
Mm-hmm.
and say you don't like it, it's not healthy.
Right.
And so you go in with your own frequency, and that frequency, a healing frequency, something that is harmonious, and you fill your house with the harmonious energy. It's not, I mean, if the family moved in and they were harmonious themselves, and, you know, they would fill it with energy as well. But it's nice
Right.
if someone who knows specifically what they're doing
Mm-hmm.
comes in and does it first. It is a good thing.
Well, that was another question I had. We with ghost hunting, we believe that like surfaces can hold energy. So if the house had a lot of tension or negative energy in it, the wood in the house is going to hold that energy up. And sometimes, if you get the right type of people in there, maybe somebody's sensitive and they don't realize it, they're going to pick up on that negative energy. And is that what you're talking about? Like you say, one family might have one energy coming into a house, or there could be another family coming in that has the negative energy. So you need to go in there and figure out how to clear that out, right?
Yeah, and you might, energy being different isn't necessarily bad. It's just different from yours,
Right.
say. And that's fine, or maybe it isn't fine. You'd rather have the home more harmonious with you.
Right.
So you change it by living there. I mean, it's not a total mystery. It's only a mystery if you make it one.
Is that like when you walk into a building and you just something just doesn't feel right? Could you be picking up on the energy in that, the energy that's in the building or past energy?
Absolutely. It just doesn't belong with yours, or maybe it is actually an uncomfortable energy. So you just, you change it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. See, I've always wondered about that, and I know for sensitive people that go into buildings like that, it bothers them. But like I know a person that well, we're all sensitive. Let's be realistic of it all. But I mean, for people that don't realize they're sensitive and they walk into a place and they're uncomfortable, I was always wondering if you can feel that, when you walk in.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, you can if someone's sensitive enough.
And what about generational stuff? Because some people carry generational stuff that they don't realize.
That they've inherited a sensitivity kind of thing.
Yeah, or something,
mean?
or something, something happened that, that was negative like 100 years ago, even, and it's still kind of hanging over the family.
Well, I don't much go there.
Okay. Just wondered. Cool. You're absolutely fascinating to me. I can tell you that. This is fascinating. So when you go into go ahead.
You just said it comes from the ancestors or someone that lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like going there because I don't know how real that is.
Okay. Fair enough. So when you go into cleanse, say, an area to change the energy, do you have to use the people living in the house to help as well? Is it something where they have to, think more positive afterwards and whatnot, so that feeling doesn't come back, or is it something you just go through and do?
Well, you go through and do it, and you make sure that people. It's not, energy. It's like the energy of a spoon is different from the energy of.
Lost her.
Different.
Okay.
And the people who live there need to understand that.
Okay.
And understand that, if you want your home to be peaceful and harmonious, you have to create that every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like praying every day. I think that's very important.
Okay.
Doesn't have to take long, but just a prayer. Just thanks God for another day. I actually woke up this morning.
Right.
Wow.
My eyes are open. Yeah. Yeah. I just had a question. I lost it. See that? You got me going. I'm listening to all this good stuff. Because I know one of the things as ghost hunters we do when we're out in the field is once we get a place cleared up or we calm the energy down, we always tell the people that are living there, you can't invite it back in. You can invite it back in so easily and not realize you're doing it.
Yeah.
So you need to not, and I always tell them, I know it's hard because you've been scared and all this, but it's gone now. You have to stop thinking about it.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Because you just bring it back in with you.
Yeah, absolutely. What are ways that people can lighten the energy in their houses?
Oh gosh. Well, open windows so air comes in, but not making you uncomfortable.
Uh-huh.
Just burn a white candle once in a while. If somebody gets angry about something, you can burn a white candle.
Okay.
And it will kind of change the energy there. And I don't know, it just has to do with living. It's pretty hard to explain.
Okay. What about like sea salt? Does that help?
Well, they say it does. I use it occasionally.
Okay.
With things. Mm-hmm.
And I know I used to read up on this stuff too, to cleanse your house with sage. To go into an enclosed room, close all the windows, and then burn the sage to cleanse that. Do you use a lot of sage or no?
Well, sage is to cleanse, get things to disappear. Things that are negative just disappear.
Okay.
Sweetgrass is for blessing.
Okay.
And it's a lovely thing to use. I like sweetgrass a lot.
What about frankincense and myrrh? Because I know that's used too, right?
What is? I didn't hear you.
Oh, frankincense and myrrh.
Oh, of course, yes.
And what is that used? Is that used for negative spirits or what?
Well, I think that the spiritual world, if you want to call it that, everything likes something that smells good.
Okay.
And something doesn't smell good, they hightail it out of there.
Okay. Have you ever had, as far as doing cleansings and stuff, have you ever run into anything that was really, really negative?
Just people.
Okay.
Some people that I've met in my life. And it's a very sad thing to me. Because usually they don't know that they're negative.
Mm-hmm.
They're negative a lot with their ego. And so if you say anything to them about it, they get very offended.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. Not always.
Okay.
I mean, you say to somebody, I don't like the way you are, I wish you'd change. It's not going to make somebody very happy.
Right.
So it's really your job to just move away, just get away.
Well, I know in my life, I have run into people like that, and I think everybody else has too. Where you realize there's, everything about them, just even when they don't talk, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You can just tell that there's this negativity coming off of them. And then the same people that wonder why everything bad happens to them, you're just like, well, it's what you're giving off. You're gonna get back what you give off here. You can't be doing that.
Right.
And like I said, how do you approach? I mean, like you said, they don't like being told that it's them causing the issues. Have you had any difficulty with people like that, in that they just won't make that change, or is it fairly easy? I mean,
Yeah, it's difficult sometimes. Not easy.
Do you have to point stuff out? I mean, I guess you'd have to point stuff out to them. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right.
Sweetheart, I've got to leave you.
Okay.
We got started so late.
Okay.
Now, Fran, I just suddenly realized the time. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
But
it's been fun.
It has been fun, and I wish you so much goodness and love in what you're doing. I think it's very important.
Where can people find you?
They can find me at lynnandrews.com.
Okay.
Just find me on my website, and I've written 21 books, and I think my address is in the back. I mean, it's pretty easy to find me.
Right.
I don't hide, really.
I gotcha. I understand.
Occasionally, I do.
I understand. That's a lot of books, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's impressive.
If you try and just sit down and write one book, you realize, oh my God, what it takes to actually write.
Right.
That many books. It is something. I mean, I'm proud of myself, I guess.
You should be. That's a lot of books, ma'am. I want to thank you so much. I really do, because I know we had nothing but technical stuff going on today, and who knows why? You know, it's just stars.
I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay.
I had wonderful, and I thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. I would love to get you on a later date where we don't have so many difficulties going on, if that's okay.
Well, it would be wonderful. Yes, indeed, it would be great.
All right, Lynn. Thank you so much.
Okay, sweetheart. You have a wonderful rest of your life.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was Lynn Andrews. We had nothing but technical difficulties. I finally realized, in my infinite wisdom down here, this is how it goes, you know. I was rolling over the cable for my headphones. But it's been that kind of day. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming today. Which one did I turn down? There we go. See, I'm still pushing buttons. But tomorrow I'm going to be tomorrow we're off. Saturday we're going to be back to reading The Ghost of Flight 401. We're going to finish that book off, and then Sunday we're going to start a whole new kind of thing. One of our frequent guests, Anna Maria Manalo, is a horror writer. She writes horror stuff. She also writes true horror stuff, and she's working on several books. She's going to give us excerpts from her books to read. So that's going to start Sunday. So that's going to be fun, you know, to read those. So I'll be on Saturday. I'll be here Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Monday is going to be fun. Oh my. We're going to get back into sci-fi. Be talking to Jim Goodall. Jim Goodall is a former SR-71 pilot, but he also knows a lot about Area 51 and UFOs and UAPs and all that good stuff. So he is going to be on with us Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. So that's something to look out for. I want to, like I said, I want to thank everybody for coming. Anything that could go wrong that they did, and wow, I'm gonna go throw back a cool one after this. I'll tell you. Anyway, visit us, please, if you're watching on YouTube. Please subscribe. Look down at the right-hand corner, and you'll see the little guy. The little ghost with the Sherlock Holmes hat and the magnifying glass. And you can press that button and subscribe. We're looking for subscribers. We have a lot of good shows, almost 200 shows over at YouTube. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. If you like the show, share it with 5 people. If you hated the show, share it with 5 of your enemies. We are equal opportunity. Here, I got somebody in the chat room. Let's see, in the chat room. We're going to visit. Okay, we are equal opportunity here at California Haunts Radio. So share. Subscribe, like I said, subscribe to YouTube. If you have trouble finding the page, type in California Haunts on YouTube. It usually comes up. If not, go to our website at californiahauntsradio.com. Click on the video on the front. That'll take you into our YouTube page. Okay. We also have all of our archives over at the YouTube page, and that is great stuff to look at. Tons of stuff. Plus, If you're listening, if you like to listen to the show on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff, you'll see our other show too, our original show from Blog Talk Radio. We're located over there, and yeah, and you can get all those shows as well. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming. You see that ticker floating across the bottom? That's because California Haunts Paranormal Investigation Team is a nonprofit. And all this stuff you see here, equipment, the headphones, I almost had a fit over today, uh, comes out of my pocket. So if you could help us afford to keep the show on the air, our internet and all that good stuff, that would be great. You can do that at paypal.me at California Haunts. See, it's been that kind of day. PayPal.me at California Haunts. Or if you're uncomfortable with PayPal, please donate at Venmo and then just type in California Haunts. You can do it from there. But like I said, it's a nonprofit organization. We don't take any money for doing our work or anything to go out to help people. And so all this comes out of my pocket. The computers, the lighting, the camera, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. So anyway, I will see you Saturday for the reading of for the final reading of the Ghost of Flight 401, and then I'll see you on Sunday, and then again on Monday. Okay, and have a good afternoon, and I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a good couple days.